Welcome back to Camera West TV. My name's Carlo, and today we're here in San Francisco, and I have my friend and local instant film photographer, JP.
Hey, thanks for having me here. I'm excited to shoot the new Leica SOFORT 2.
So we're out here in Kezar Stadium, and we're gonna take the SOFORT 2 around and just try and get some very interesting, moody photos. And I have my friend JP, who is an avid member of the instant film community.
Hey, thanks for having me here. I've been shooting instant film for 3-4 years now, so I'm excited to check out this camera and what it can do, especially just being able to see what you shot right away with instant film coming right out. So I'm excited to test out the features that this camera has to offer. Built-in filters and a double exposure or multiple exposures.
Some of the other features that I'm interested in are the half frame feature. You can split your instant film kind of in half and make a diptych. And there's over 100 different combinations you can do with this camera. So I think it opens up the limits of what instant film can be and what you can do with a hybrid type of camera. All right, so I have the double pack of the Leica instant film here. So this is ISO 800 film. I think that's pretty standard for most instant film, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, essentially he's gonna have 10 photos and I'm gonna have 10 photos. And the cool thing is you can print these later. So we'll just go make some photos around the stadium and then we'll decide after what we wanna print. So you can use any Instax mini film, pretty much doesn't really matter. I think they're all about ISO 800. So you just want to line up the yellow dot with the yellow dot, pop your film in there, and then give it a second and the dark slide will pop out. Or, is it called the dark slide?
Yeah.
Okay. And just like that, we're ready to make some photos. So now that I have the film loaded, this camera is actually a hybrid camera. So it offers a 5 megapixel sensor. It's not necessarily like a high resolution sensor, but I think the fact that you can transfer photos through the Leica Photos app from your phone to the camera, you can print any photos that you made with any camera. So if you shot an M11 or if you shot an SL2-S, you can have those photos on your phone, drop them into the Leica Photos app, print them through the camera, and you get a high quality instant film photo. So a quick overview on the display of the camera. It looks very similar to all of the current Leica cameras. So you have your menu button with the D-pad, and then you have the back, play, and function buttons, and you have another function button on top. You have a few different dials that change the filters or the color profiles. So the top dial changes your color profile, and you can cycle through all the different camera filters using the ring on the lens. Now you have 2 shutter buttons. You have one on the front and one on the top. And you have this mirror here, which is improved from the original SOFORT. And you can take selfies or self-portraits. There's a self-timer mode that you can turn on. And the fact that this has built-in storage, you can reprint the same photo multiple times, essentially sharing one pack of film with all your friends. So as you can see, it's a pretty gloomy day in San Francisco. I think we're gonna have some fun shooting some of these reflections, the seats, really take advantage of the color film. I keep wanting to raise the camera to my eye, but there's no viewfinder, but the screen looks pretty good. It's not a touchscreen. Nice. So this camera has the equivalent of roughly a 28mm lens. That's something that I'm pretty used to shooting with. There's also a built-in digital zoom. You just access it by hitting the button on the D-pad. It kind of crops in. I'm not exactly sure how good this is gonna look for a 5 megapixel sensor, but I think the addition of having a digital zoom in a camera like this gives you more flexibility for making different types of photos. So there's a couple different functions that you can use for this camera. You have a self-timer mode like I mentioned earlier. You also have exposure compensation, so you can go up to 2 stops over or under. you can force the flash on or you can keep it off or have it on auto. There's a macro functionality, which I haven't tried yet, but I think is a good addition. So if you want nice close-ups, you're not limited to just what the lens can do. And you can kind of tweak the color balance of the film, so you have a white balance option, which is pretty standard for most digital cameras. I'm just gonna keep it on auto. I think JP's is also on auto. But ultimately the film kind of dictates the end result. So we'll see how our digital photos look compared to the instant film photos.
Let me get a half frame shot of you. 3, 2, nice. And let me get one of you, Brian. Let me have you here also. That works. Yep, just like that. That's perfect. Nice. So sick.
This is pretty fun.
That's pretty sick.
Oh, that's pretty good. So in the same way that this is an instant camera, you get the instant gratification of knowing what you get to photograph. So in 2 different ways, it's both a digital and film instant camera. It's pretty cool. Good job, Leica. Let's see. What other settings can I do here? Ooh, I'm gonna do a double exposure. It's gonna be kind of cool. Stay right there. Nice. Whoa. This is kind of trippy. So there's a mirror mode too, where you can, essentially mirror directly in the center of the frame. Whoa. That's trippy. Cool. Yeah, it's kind of different using a camera so light. But yeah, to what JP said, it's weird that the film doesn't come out right away. But we'll get into that in a little bit. We just got to cue Eye of the Tiger, but we can't because of copyright. And like I mentioned earlier, you can transfer your printed photos to your phone using the Leica Photos app. I think it's pretty cool how they integrated kind of like an app to an instant camera. I feel like that's just something you never really have these days. So essentially, you can look at it as a instant film printer, but the fact that you can make some cool photos with it is, I think, a great option. And I think JP will also have more to say on that. One thing I noticed is that the shutter is pretty responsive. So if you have kind of heavy fingers or, heavy shutter finger, you'll most likely take your photo. Oh, I should try out the macro function here, actually. Well, that's pretty close. Whoa. Interesting. So let's get Brian in this. Nice. All right, let's go find JP. Nice. That's a good gig. Oh, it's raining. Oh, it's raining. Oh, it's raining. Oh, man. Well, the camera's not weatherproof, but we should probably take some cover. Let's go up there. Dang. What the heck? Let's test out this flash. Nope. Yeah, he's like right around the corner. Oh, I think he's... Where'd he go? I just saw him. Whew, man. I knew it was gonna rain, but I didn't think it was gonna rain that hard. While we wait for the rain to die down a bit, what do you think so far of the camera?
I was mainly focusing on the features, like the double exposure, the mirror, the fisheye,
Yeah.
and so far I'm having so much fun with that. What do you think?
I mean, I was kind of doing the same thing. I was playing around with the mirror. I was playing around with a lot of the other aspects, like the macro, and kind of like seeing if I could turn or force the flash on. I think since it's an 800 speed film, there's no real way to like trick the meter in the camera, so I can do flash during the daytime. But other than that, yeah, I think the digital zoom is going to be interesting. I don't really know if it's going to hold up from a 5 megapixel sensor, but I think having that benefit was there. I also tried out the meter with Brian in the background, kind of do some selfies.
Nice.
But yeah, other than that, I didn't really touch much of the other color profiles. I also tried to focus on fast-paced photos. I don't think it's like the fastest in terms of, trying to photograph action, but I do think it does do a good job of capturing instant moments. You will have some motion blur. You kind of just use it as a point and shoot. I think that's the beauty for something like this.
Sure.
You can hand it to anyone. Anyone can make a cool photo. So while we wait out the rain, I think we're gonna print some of our images, or at least some of our favorite ones, and kind of review them on the spot.
You already have one that you're...
Oh, I guess I do have one ready. All right,
Nice.
So basically, the way to print the photo, you press play, you go to the image that you want, and then all you have to do is pull the advanced lever. And then right here, you have this cool little animation that'll force the photo out of the camera. Now, as an instant film photographer, do I need to shake this?
You do not.
Okay, cool. And as far as I know, these can be in broad daylight. You don't necessarily need to have it covered.
Correct. It's just going to develop right away, so it doesn't need to be kept away from the light.
Nice.
So I have one. I'm printing one right now.
The animation's kind of cool. And then on the top left-hand side of the camera, you'll see how many frames you have left. So you'll always know how much instant film you have loaded in your camera. And as you can see here, this photo is almost done developing. I think it's pretty cool, and it's very nostalgic to watch these photos kind of appear. So yeah, we'll print a couple more, and then we'll kind of compare how they look. Dude, look at this one in the bathroom.
Is it like a camera, like
It's a
with
little
hands?
camera, little camera body. It's pretty funny. Let me go through some of these. Oh look, I managed to catch the rain.
Oh, because of like it's wild because you can tell it's like a pretty slow shutter speed, but since they're not moving, they're like clearly in focus, but you still see the raindrops coming down. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I might print this one. This one's kind of interesting. Yeah, let's print it. Oh, what? Oh, I think I just disengaged the printing by pressing the shutter. So don't press the shutter when you're printing. Well, let's go back to that.
That's crazy. Like you can
All right.
cancel that.
Yeah, it is weird. The shutters, I had talked about that a little bit, that the shutter's a little too light. All right, so let's print this one. And just so you know, this is not a weatherproof camera. Don't take this out in the rain like we did.
So here's one that I printed. I was using the mirror function.
Oh, that's so cool. Let me pull one more.
Still developing a little bit more, looks like.
So I also tested one of the double exposure methods on here. Typically you would have to trick the camera into ejecting the film before you could expose it again, but at least with this you don't have to open the back anymore and waste some film. I think it's a pretty handy and useful tool.
Yeah, I'm so used to having my film eject right away. So if I was to misfire or the photo didn't come out right, it would be a waste of film. I think that's one thing that benefits from having this is you can check if you like your photo before actually printing it out later on.
Yeah. And I think I mentioned this earlier, you can definitely have multiple of the same photo. So no more fighting over the good instant photo. Oh yeah.
The half frame
I like that. That's
of both
cool.
of you two. And then the fisheye shot right here on the field, that was pretty good. Nice. Really like that one.
Yeah, I got this one of the guy running out.
The guy was just like walking out, yeah.
And then here's that photo of what I mentioned earlier, you can catch some of the kind of drag from the rain.
Sure, like the movement,
so
yeah.
It's definitely not a fast-paced camera, but I think if you catch it in the right moment, you can accentuate some of those features. This one's still developing, but I really like the color palette of this. It's so simple.
It's like very minimalistic, yeah.
Yeah, especially with the track in the water. I think
right.
can really play with how it looks in the light. Save those for later. It looks like it's drying up a little bit. So as I mentioned earlier, the digital zoom on this camera is not the greatest. So I went ahead and took some photos on my phone of like different scenes that I thought were interesting. And I'm just gonna send it directly to the camera via the Leica Photos app. So from here, I already have my photos in my gallery. And all I have to do is click on it. And then as you can see, you get a preview. And all I have to do is hit print photo. That'll trigger the camera with this notification, and you'll see that it's going to start sending the photo to the camera. So I just finished printing the photo from my phone to the camera, and as you can see, it's developing. It shows a similar animation as it pops out from the camera. I think it's pretty cool. It's a little fun tidbit. It might be not as quick or responsive as a real-time printing, but I think that's a nice touch. Something fun, something cool. So you can save some of the photos that you've printed already from the camera to your phone. I think that's another instant way to share your photos directly. So not only do you have a physical version, but you can have a digital version as a keepsake. So if you run out of film and you just want to get that photo out to your friends, you can share it just as fast in the same way as you can hand this photo to them. This will just be like B-roll. All right, let's see, and oh, let me try one more time. I'm gonna put this in black and white. Whoa, these color settings are crazy. There's monochrome. Actually, I'll just do normal. I'll shoot some in black and white after. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. Do you want to try shooting some? And some B-roll of you walking around.
Turn to the side a little bit.
Very creative. Very creative.
I was using that, I think it was the blue filter that kind of made the grass look greenish. It's pretty cool.
Endless possibilities.
Let's see if I can ask these guys for a photo. Is that cool? Can you get that?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, okay. Excuse me, guys.
Yeah.
We're testing out this new camera. I was wondering if I could get a photo of you two. Is that okay?
Yeah.
I guess so. Go ahead.
I'm kind of doing like a split, so maybe I can take a photo of you first and then I'll take a photo of you afterwards. Yeah, is that okay?
Right,
Perfect. All right. Maybe you can use this as a background. That's
Sure.
okay. Cool. Are you guys just visiting, or are you guys just going?
Heading down to the game tomorrow.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, we live just a few hours north.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm from Pacifica. We're just kind of like roaming around here right now. Just like,
You're into photography, huh?
yeah, yeah. Okay. All right, 3, 2. Nice. And then can I get one of you as well?
Okay.
What it looks like before it prints, this is like an instant film camera.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay, 3, 2. Perfect. So this is how it's gonna come out.
Oh, cool.
And then there's this feature where you just like pull this lever and then the photo will come out. I think I have extra film in here. If I do, maybe I can give you guys a copy of it. Okay?
Huh, that's interesting. It looks like a Polaroid.
Exactly, right.
Oh, cool. Okay.
You want to try printing one?
Sure.
I have,
Just go to
Yeah, you just go to play.
you guys can keep this one.
Oh,
Okay,
thank
well,
you.
thank you, sir.
What's your name?
Yeah, whatever one you want.
Steve.
Stephen Donna.
It was nice meeting you guys.
Nice to meet you.
JP.
JP, okay.
Nice meeting you guys. You got any of that?
Nice. Got that.
I think that was my last shot, actually.
Nice.
But yeah, at least it's saved in there, you know?
Yeah. Well, that's cool. We can print it later.
Yeah.
Get more. All right, let's get out of the rain.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, I should have one more. What? Is that what it says, like how many more you have?
Yeah, that top number should be.
Okay, so I have one more. Oh, perfect. I can print the last one.
Nice.
All right, we're gonna print this last photo that I took. I saw these couple just roaming around. I asked them if I could take their portrait. I did the split frame one, so here we go. And I was able to give them a copy of the same shot just for letting me take their portraits.
Cool. I think I'm gonna try and finish off my pack and yeah, we can go over the photos.
Nice.
On these super fast. Let's see. What are some interesting shots? 4 shots left. Do one of you. Oh wait, let's do fisheye. Hold on 1 second. Oh, that's pretty cool. All right, we're in speed mode. I'm just gonna rifle off through this last pack of film.
How many more do you have?
I have, after this, I have 3 images left. Oh yeah, right there. So stand back, go into the hallway.
Like right here?
Keep going further back. Keep going, right there. All right, we're gonna do a self-timer. Try and get this 10-second self-timer. Oh geez. Fisheye and black and white.
Are we good just standing up, Carlo?
I think so.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this. Brian, you're getting in this too. All right, let's go. Cool.
Nice.
All right. That's okay.
I come out.
Oh, that looks pretty cool.
That's so sick,
All right, I got my last frame. I'm gonna print this right now. 1 bar of battery left. Let's hope it prints.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, we'll let this develop. All right, so we both just finished up our pack of film. Overall, JP, what did you think about the Leica SOFORT 2?
I really liked it. It's such a fun camera to shoot. I don't have to think about what to do, just shoot it and worry about printing it later too. especially all the features that it has with the color filters and the double exposure and everything.
Yeah, on the last like couple photos that I shot, I used the monochrome filter, and albeit it's not a true black and white film or a true black and white cast, like you still get some color cast in it. Let's say you wanted an image in black and white. Now you don't have to put a full pack of black and white Instax in the camera. You can just, you know, invert it on your phone and send that to the camera, or you can just, you know, select the black and white filter. I noticed you were utilizing these Instax films in a much different way. I think that was really, I thought that was like really cool. Like, could you tell me more about what you were doing?
Sure. I want to take a triptych of the field itself, so like just 3 different photos, and we're able to just put it together. That way you're able to get this like wider angle view of it. At the same time, I was messing around with the color filter to change the color of the grass a little bit, and I thought that was like really interesting.
Yeah, so I thought that was a non-traditional way to use a camera like this. I think having experience with instant film before, you can better utilize a lot of these filters and better utilize the way and aspect ratio of a lot of these photos. But yeah, overall, I thought this was pretty cool. I think this is a fun way to think about photography. It's so loose and so kind of like playful. I don't think I've ever had this much fun shooting an instant camera before. And like what JP was saying, the fact that you can print these photos later to give to friends, you can reprint the same photo, like, you know, JP was able to get some cool candid photography using.
Sure.
What were you using again? You were using the split?
The split frame, the half frame, yeah.
Yeah. You can have fun in the way that you approach taking photos of people, you know, environments, and now we can trade.
Yeah, let's trade you this one.
Oh no. I'm gonna cut that.
Oh, that was really good.
Which one's your favorite?
I really like that reflection one.
There you go. Sick.
I don't know which one you want.
Honestly, this is pretty cool. I like the way you use this fisheye filter. You know, it's a very underutilized filter, but I think, you know, I kind of love that vignette look. It's very early 90s. Well, that wraps up this episode of Camera West TV. I hope you enjoyed this look at the Leica SOFORT 2. Thank you again to JP and Brian for helping me out with this video. You can find JP at
jp.wtf on Instagram.
And you can find Brian at BT Visuals, and he also has his own website. And don't forget to check out camerawest.com and leicastoresf.com for all your new or pre-owned needs. And don't forget to check out the full blog post with all the photos in the link down below. Like and subscribe, and let us know what you think about the Leica SOFORT 2. Thanks for watching. Oh, let's get out of the rain.